But my name's Tim Schaeffer. I'm the Executive Director of the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission, and am delighted to be here today to MC the groundbreaking ceremony for the long-awaited reconstruction and rehabilitation of the dam at Children's Lake here in Boiling Springs. This project has been in the making since June 2016. As you may or may not know, but we discovered some sinkholes down around the breast of the dam, and long story short, it was just time to replace it. I mean, think of other infrastructure that we deal with across the Commonwealth. You know, a bridge, a road, a dam is no different. They have a lifespan to them, and this one reached its end. So we worked really diligently with Senator Regan, Representative Ecker, Governor Wolf to secure the funding to get the project underway, and here we are. So what we're going to do is we have a couple speakers that would like to make some remarks. We will have our engineering staff. They are here on hand to answer any questions that you might have, if any members of the media have any technical questions. But before I kick it off, I really want to just really thank all the individuals that are up here. This would not have happened without your local state officials. Senator Regan and Representative Ecker were just tireless in their dedication to getting the funding for this. We work with townships all across Pennsylvania, but don't tell any other ones, but there is not a better one to work with than South Middleton Township. I mean it. Every step of the way, Duff, Brian, CORY. Brian Saltzman couldn't be here today, but he assured me he will be here for the ribbon cutting once we do actually fill the dam back up and get water back in. So with that, I'll turn it over to my good friend Mike Regan, who again was a really integral cog in making this happen.
Thank you so much. So great to be here with you today. This is another great moment, great step along the way. But I have to say that Tim was so gracious in giving us all credit. But without him, you know, state government is like an interesting thing. There's lots of puzzles along the way. And I think that Tim would have been as gracious and helpful as he was anyway. But I think it was helpful to us as a community that he loves the lake. He loves this area, and he was willing to help. And I think he gave us a little extra oomph. And I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you much, Tim. So I was saying to my daughter on the way over here that this was an interesting civics project. Because it didn't matter if you were a Republican or Democrat. It didn't matter if you were a local elected official or a state elected official or the governor of Pennsylvania, or no matter what your party was or what your status was. Everyone pitched in together, from the government members to the citizenry to the little kids who were selling lemonade to raise money for this project. This lake is the centerpiece of this community, and it means so much to so many people. So I think of all my time in state government, which has been 10 years, I've never seen a project that came together like this, because it didn't matter about anything other than getting it done for the community. Getting it done. And I'm really proud to have been part of it. My part was small, but I love this community. I know you all do too. And this lake is the centerpiece. So happy to be part of it, happy to be with you today, and I look forward to the day when we are actually cutting the ribbon on the newly formed lake. So God bless you, and thank you very much for having me. Appreciate it. Yeah.
And I guess the train conductor, I think, is a fan of Children's Lake. I don't know if you heard him honking the horn. He must have been excited about it too. Two other people I do want to mention. I see Jory is here and played just a really critical role with Save the Lake and the local citizens here. Also, Bruce McClanahan, who is on Senator Reagan's staff. I can't tell you the number of texts after hours and into the wee hours to get the funding secured. So I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Bruce for his help in making this happen. Torren Ecker is our local state representative, and I'd like Torren to make a few remarks. Again, would not have happened without him.
This is such a great day. What a beautiful day as we head into Labor Day weekend. This is the gem of this area. I mean, Children's Lake is something. When I first got elected, I knew a lot about Children's Lake. I grew up in Adams County, or in York County, But my dad loved this community so much, loved the breaches, but I learned how to fish on Children's Lake. And I remember telling my dad, I said, you know, this would be such a cool place to live. And now I get the honor to represent it. And when I came here and this opportunity presented itself, Senator Regan and those were already working on some things with Children's Lake, and to be a part, just a small part of this, to help the wheels of government make things happen was such an honor to be a part of. And there are some just incredible community members, from the Save the Lake folks to your township officials. Every step along the way, everybody was doing their part to make this possible. And I'm just so glad we're here today celebrating that on a beautiful day. And, you know, next year and years to come, we're going to enjoy Children's Lake. And it's great. And anyone who comes to Boiling Springs and sees this beautiful lake they're stunned by it. They're mesmerized by the lake. It's such a beautiful gem that we have here in South Central Pennsylvania. And by doing this and fixing the dam and doing all the other projects that so many folks have made possible through so much dynamic effort, community effort, to make it possible for years and decades and generations to come, is just such a great opportunity to be a part of. This is an easy one. We get tasked with lots of difficult things in Harrisburg. This one is such an easy one to support, such an easy one to advocate for. I'm glad that I got to be a part of it. And today's just the first step in a long process of making this community even greater than it already is. So I just want to thank Tim. You know, Tim's come on about the same time I came on, and it's just been such a dynamic leader for Fish and Boat Commission. I can't say enough about him and his organization. Senator Regan has been a tremendous leader in making this happen, and I'm just so happy to be able to partner with them. And, you know, the township guys here and gals have just been equally as incredible to work with. This is really how government is supposed to work. Everybody coming together, one common goal, making something happen. And I just can't thank everyone that's been involved enough, and to be a part of this is quite an honor. So that's enough of me yammering. I just want to turn it over back to Tim. But I just want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting this. We do tons of press conferences all the time. Just to see the community here and celebrating it goes without saying that this is a pretty big project for South Middleton and Boiling Springs. So thanks again.
So with the township, I don't know if everybody is aware, but we recently entered into a no-cost agreement with the township for them to maintain this area in a more park-like setting. The Fish and Boat Commission, just because of the source of our funding, we are only legally allowed to spend our money on fishing and boating related amenities. We rely on fishing licenses, boat registrations, some federal funds that are connected to the sale of those, and then capital dollars that we get the legislature and the governor to release. But we willingly, in fact, I was in Somerset County yesterday. We just started filling up a lake up there. We have an agreement with Somerset County where they operate the area around Somerset Lake like a county park. So we were really, really happy to work with the township officials, with Brian Salzman, the solicitor, to execute a 25-year agreement where the township can basically, you know, utilize this area as if it were their own. And we are also happy to have awarded a grant recently to improve this area. We have our boating facility grant program. So what you see now is not what you're going to get after this is done. In addition to the dam being rebuilt, this whole area is going to be better than ever. So with that, I'd like to, I don't know if Brian or Corey, if one or both of you guys will make some remarks. Corey? Great, thanks.
Good morning, everybody. Well, you can do better than that. The sun's out. Outstanding. Thank you, Gene. Welcome to sunny Boiling Springs. The weather today is emblematic, I think, of what we're here to assembling to recognize the kickoff of this tremendous community project, which exemplifies partnerships across sectors, across the private sector, public sector, and all levels of government. So we're so thrilled to be here. I want to take a moment real quick to recognize some folks who are out here from the township. My board chairman, Brian Jambuzia. I see Duff Manweiler, Shelley Capozzi, Rick Rygar from the Board of Supervisors. Unfortunately, Ron Hamilton isn't with us, isn't available today. I'm sure they passed their appreciation along to you folks for being here as well. I also see from the County Commissioners, Board of Commissioners, Vince DiFilippo and Gene Fauci. Thank you so much for being here. 6 years ago, we had a little hole opened up right over a couple of feet away. And what that little hole began was a roller coaster of emotions, uncertainties, as to what the future may behold of this community landmark that we all cherish so much, Children's Lake. Fast forward to today, we're all here to recognize the fabulous work that so many people put into getting us to where we are today. I want to take a moment to thank Tim and BJ and everybody else at the Fish and Boat Commission. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous people to work with. Tremendous. Obviously, we couldn't do what we're doing here today without the tremendous work that we were able to do with them. Representative Ecker, Senator Regan, Bruce McClanahan from Senator Regan's office helped us every step of the way to get us to where we needed to be. Governor Wolf, we appreciate the work from the partnership and the support from the governor's office. So important. Here at the community level, we mentioned Jory. If Jory's out there anywhere, Jory Hansen. Hey, Jory Hansen and Liz Nouse. I don't know if Liz is with us from Save the Lake folks. Yes, absolutely. Now, Boiling Springs is a village, and you've heard the phrase, it takes a village. Well, absolutely, in the first couple of days and throughout the years of this process, it took a village to get us to where we are here today. And Jory and Liz took the initiative on that at the grassroots ground level to get us where we needed to be. I also want to thank F&M Trust, Allen Distribution, and Maori, who are also corporate partners, provided support and funding to get us to where we are today as well. And Brian Saltzman's name was mentioned a couple moments ago. I want to take a moment to thank him. I'm sure he's here in spirit. He's driving in his RV somewhere on the eastern seaboard, so I'm sure his ears are burning a little bit. I'm sure he's known we're talking about him. He's so instrumental, also from the township side, working with our partners at the state level. To move this project forward. So again, thank you all so much. This is just the initial step. We're going to be digging here soon, but come back a year from now, right? A year, guys. Yeah, come back a year from now for the grand opening. Thank you all so much.
So I'm sure that a lot of people are thinking, well, a year from now, what's going to happen to fishing season? You know, ideally, would loved it if we could have timed it so we didn't have to interrupt a trout season. It looks like we might have to, but that's going to give you many more trout seasons to come. We have been coordinating with our friends over Yellow Breeches Anglers. I know they stock the lake, we stock the lake. We're going to get things timed up so we can, once we do have the lake refilled, we can get it in really great fishable condition for folks as soon as possible. So BJ Small is our board president. Fish and Boat Commission, we have a board of 10 commissioners. They're actually my boss. They're our directors, the board of directors of the agency. They're appointed by the governor, approved by the Senate. BJ represents District 6, which is South Central Pennsylvania, and he's also currently the board chair. So with that, I'd like to have BJ make some, he will be the final speaker to make some remarks. Got it. Oh, Paul did come up. Good. So thanks. So, BJ. Yeah.
I really don't see myself as a boss, but I do have to say we have the finest staff of professionals from Tim on down to work with. And you're seeing it right here today. Patience, partnership, and perseverance. This project has had it all. And we're going to continue to look forward to that in the coming months. It's an iconic and wonderful day for this relaxation and recreation spot that's really an important spot on the map. You know, the Board of Commissioners regularly gets opportunities to view and approve projects. You think of Opossum Lake. And this one does stand out. This one stands out for the partnerships, the cooperation and support from the legislators. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Torren. And the township. Again, the partnership and the can-do spirit here is what's making this happen. So this project does stand out. We look forward to continuing to support it. We look forward to the next opportunity to roll the trout truck in here and give you your next improved and safer fishing opportunity here in Boiling Springs. So with that, thank you for coming, and also thank you to the general public and the township residents, right, who had public input and cared enough to come out and be part of this process. That's really important. So,
A little more. Yep.
is it time to dig?
Actually, just about.
Oh, just
Yeah,
about.
just about.
Thank you, Tim.
Yeah.
Thank you.
One more person before we dig. Thanks, BJ. So we have a staff of about 420 people in the agency statewide, and there is no number that I have on speed dial more than Paul URBANIK. Paul is the director of our Bureau of Engineering. Jerry Woomer, who's over there, they are the engineers who maintain. We have 14 state fish hatcheries. We have about 60 dams that we operate, about 300 public accesses around the Commonwealth regional offices. These guys do it with a really lean and mean and efficient staff. Would like Paul to come up here. He can give you some of the details about what you're seeing now, what you're going to see here for the next couple weeks, next couple months. And then you should know that we've had a great working relationship. We'll be in constant contact with CORY and the rest of the folks in the township to keep them up to speed. If you have any questions, which I'm certain you will, as this goes along, again, we'll make sure that they have regular updates. You can go to the township, you can come to us directly. We want to keep everybody as informed as possible. But Paul will be the last speaker. He'll give you a sense of what you're about to see here, and then we'll dig some ceremonial dirt. So, Paul.
Thanks, Tim. Like Tim said, my name is Paul URBANIK, Director of Engineering for the Fish and Boat Commission. Again, shout out to Jerry Woomer, who's our resident dam expert. So I'll just back clean up here and drive this thing home. Just give everyone a little bit of lay of the land on what to expect in the coming year. We think in the next, we know in the next 2 weeks, the contractor, Charles Merlot on Mineral Point, is going to be moving into the site. The property will actually be closed down to the public for public safety reasons. There's going to be some materials moved in, some equipment moved in. Starting this fall here, they're going to start rebuilding the dam and the walls. We haven't actually received the official schedule yet, but we do anticipate in the next year the project will be complete. The project's going to include, obviously, the dam, as you can see down there to the left, along Berkeley Hill Road, a new spillway, some new retaining walls, a new ADA accessible fishing pier over near the, I guess it'd be the powerhouse outlet we call it. I'm still getting used to the terminology on this dam. We have a powerhouse outlet, a run, a race, and a mill race. But it'd be over there on that side of the dam. Yeah, I guess just to give everyone the caution that it will take about a year. We think the project will wrap up this time next year, and then we'll proceed with the ribbon cutting and refilling process.
3, 2, 1.
That is awesome. Yeah. That is awesome. A little cooler.
We actually have a lot of these.
Charles Merlot.